HMRC has issued a warning to anyone with more than $3,500 in savings because they could be due an unexpected tax bill, and this is because interest rates have been high over the recent years, which will unknowingly have put many people over the interest allowance. And if you're a basic rate taxpayer, then this means that you can earn up to £1,000 in interest tax-free, but this number falls to just £500 if you're a high rate taxpayer, so that's anyone earning over £50,270. There's an even bigger risk for those who've got cash saved up in fixed rate terms, because these tend to pay out at the end of the term. So if you put £4,000 into a 3-year savings account at a 5% interest rate, then if you're a higher rate taxpayer, you'll be paying 40% on everything above £500. And because the thresholds haven't risen in line with wages in recent years, and yet the price of everything is rocketing, this means that many people are now paying a stealth tax despite not being much better off. But you can actually get around the limited interest allowance by putting money into a cash ISA, and this means that any interest is tax-free, and the ISA allowance is £20,000 every tax year, and the rule here is to use it or lose it.
Does anyone else get sick to death of the messages you get from HMRC? Like, you need to submit a tax return. I've got until the 31st of January. Like, it's how many days until Christmas? Why the are you hounding me? Like, I will do my tax return before January 31st, like I normally do. Why the hounding me? If I don't send it, fine me. Just stop harassing me, mate. God.
I'm stressed again because a few months ago I got a letter from HMRC saying that I owed, I think it was just under £500 in tax, and it's from a few years ago, and I went on my online account with HMRC and it said that there was nothing to pay. It was all up to date. I then contacted a tax professional to look at my bank statements, my pay slips, everything like that, and get them to give me the okay, I'm not in the wrong, because when I contacted HMRC, they were basically useless and were like, well, if that's what it says, that's what you've got to pay. And I wanted to dispute it. So I got all of that documents, put together a tax professional to say, you do not owe this money. Sent it off to HMRC. They said they would review it. And today I've been contacted by a debt collection agency. Love that for me. What do I do from here? Because the debt collection agency will not deal with my complaint. They've said, well, they gave us the debt, we have to collect. It's nothing to do with HMRC anymore. So HMRC haven't processed my complaint, my appeal, whatever you want to call it. And now they've also added on loads of charges because it's a debt collection agency and it's going to affect my credit score. So what do I do? Who do I complain to? And how do I get this taken care of? Or do I just have to pay it, even though I have proof from a tax professional that I did not owe this money?
Now, we all know that calling HMRC is a thankless task. It's not uncommon to hear of people waiting on hold for more than an hour only to be cut off at the last minute. HMRC's view is that we should all be using its online services rather than calling the helplines. But if those online services were as easy to use and as effective as HMRC claims, why is it that so many people still prefer to try and use the helplines and have to put up with that awful on-hold music? Perhaps if HMRC answered a few more of those calls, the problems wouldn't be quite so serious. Now, this week, the Financial Secretary to the Treasury, Victoria Atkins, told the House of Commons that it takes 500 workers to answer the 3 million simplest calls to HMRC's helplines every year. Now, that sounds like quite a lot, but actually, and remember we're talking about the simplest calls that don't take very long, it actually equates to just 4 calls per worker per hour. That sounds pretty poor to us. What do you think?
Is it just me, or has anyone else been overtaxed recently? I've looked at my last 2 paychecks from January and now February's just gone, and I've realised £600 over the course of 2 months has been taken away from me. So I've gone and I've shouted at the head of HR, and they're saying, literally, it's not us, it's literally the government taking out your salary. So then I've called the government and they're saying, basically, the reason why we've taxed you the £600 over the course of 2 months is because of the interest that was made of your savings this year. I didn't even know I get taxed on how much interest I make on my savings, but yeah, am I the only one that's going through this?
Yeah, I'm starting this one with just scratching my head because I can't believe this. We have the great news about Donald Trump, but then we get knocked back a million times by a Labour Party. Have you heard what they now want to do if when we receive gifts, when we receive monetary gifts for a birthday or an anniversary? They now want us to be declaring that, to pay tax on it. So hang on a minute. Somebody's gifting me £20 for my birthday that they've paid their taxes on already. You're then wanting me to declare that as income. Are you being serious? I'm not going to declare a monetary gift from somebody as income. And incentives from work. You get sort of scratch cards. Have I got to declare a £1 scratch card then, or a £5 scratch card? Or I win a £50 meal for a restaurant voucher. Have I got to declare that and pay tax on it? What on earth? Oh my God. What on earth is happening to this country? Why is he saying we have now got to do this? I think he really does hate us, doesn't he? This could be next though. Can you imagine if this was actually true? The way I just reacted, that would be a genuine reaction, how we'd all feel. Some of us will probably even go and really explode. It's not happened, but can you really imagine if this did happen? And it wouldn't surprise me with how our leader is. Did you get this far? Did I get ya? Let me know in the comments.
Let's see if I get right through. I doubt it. No. Oh, come on. I might be the next in line. With any luck. Come on. I mean, it is 9 o'clock in the morning. It shouldn't be that busy. Your call is important to us. How long has it been now? 5 minutes 65. Come on. Surely can't be busy this time in the morning. How big's the queue? How big is the queue? Come on. I need to go to the toilet. Or better if they answer, I'm on the toilet. I don't want them to hear me. No, just stay here a minute. Hello? There's a meal waiting for. Oh. If this is £1 a minute, I swear to God, I'm gonna go nuts. I'm getting anxiety. 32 minutes on the hold. I swear to God, if you don't answer me, I'm going to send you a shitty email. Oh, come on. But if I hang up now, it'll be all of a waste, won't it? It'll be a waste. I've been cut off. Oh, no.
Our car was seized by bailiffs last week and we didn't even know we owed anything. Last week, my husband was trying to get our kids to school when the bailiffs turned up at our house at 8:30 in the morning and seized our car. We had no idea this was coming. We hadn't received any letters. We haven't received any notices. It turns out that we had 3 penalty charge notices sent to our old address, which we never saw because the person who lives there now sent them back to the council and the council confirmed that they received them saying addressee no longer lives here. This then escalated to a county court judgment issued against us, but we were never served. We never received anything. But somehow the bailiffs knew exactly where to find us at our new address. So they showed up at 8:30 in the morning while my husband was trying to get the kids to school and demanded that the kids get out of the car because it was now illegal for us to drive our car and they were seizing our car. Unless we paid like £700. But because there was 3 penalty charge notices, that even if we paid that £700, that they would be back the following 2 days to do the exact same thing again. We have put in an appeal, but that can take somewhere between 8 and 10 weeks. Getting to the point of knowing how to appeal was so complicated, and we had to go to a solicitor's, pay a solicitor's fee to get them to sign forms. The whole thing was just absolutely bonkers and so unfair because none of this is our fault. We use our car for daily family life. I sometimes use it for work, and it's now costing us in Ubers and trains. We called the council and they basically said that there's nothing that they can do. How is this allowed to happen? We didn't ignore anything. If anyone has been through this or has any advice, please share, because honestly, everywhere we turn, we just hit a wall. We have written to our MP, so hopefully that might help. The stress and the time that this has all taken is absolutely infuriating, and all because of incompetencies of the council that we now have to deal with.
Yo, if you think police is bad, yeah, you know what's worse than police is bailiffs. You know when these people come to your house, zero remorse. If you're bad in life and you can't pay your rent is overdue for like a couple months, yeah man, you're gonna see them at your door, but they're gonna take away a lot of stuff from your house. And if that means they're gonna take the whole house from you, they do. They got zero remorse, bro. Trust me fam, they've got zero remorse. They'll knock at your door like that. As soon as they come in, take all your belongings. If you don't pay that fucking rent, then you're done. You know, that's one of the jobs that I personally could never do. Because I can't go into someone's house where there's kids and stuff and tell them we're taking away your belongings because you can't pay your fucking rent and you're in a bad spot in life at the moment. I just can't do that job, fam. That's not for me. Honestly, there's certain documentaries I watch on these bailiffs. They don't care, fam. I get it, they're just doing their job as well. But going into people's houses and taking their shit and, you know, not caring is just deep, fam. That could be you as well in their spot.
Hello there, I just got this letter through in the post from you guys saying I'm getting a fine for not paying my tax. But I don't owe you any tax. What do you mean I probably will next year? That's not how it works. In fact, I just looked on my HMRC account. It says that you guys actually owe me £900. Hello? Oh, finally, yes, it's hi, it's me from 9 hours ago. Yeah, I think we got disconnected. What have I been doing for 9 hours? I've just been on hold the whole time. Yeah. No, I haven't been working. What do you mean you're going to tax me anyway? No, listen, you guys owe me money. What do you mean you don't have it? What you spent it on? What hotels? Just to get this straight, right? Look, if we owe you money and we don't pay, we go to prison, don't we? Yeah. But if you owe us money and you don't pay, who goes to prison then? As it's still me.
Hi everyone, Angry Britain here, and in today's What the Fuck is Going On in Britain is the news that HMRC are now expecting the likes of eBay and Depop and Vinted, etc. to start reporting what their users are earning on the platform. So if you're selling a pair of second-hand socks or a rusty old bike that's been in your garage for 6 years, HMRC are now going to know about it and come after you for tax. Now you can earn a limit, I think it's £1,000 before you have to declare your tax. But these are items that you already own, have already bought, have already used, have depreciated, and you're probably selling at a loss anyway. Now, under normal business circumstances, if you sell things at a loss, you get to write the loss off against tax, not pay tax on it. This is just ridiculous. Why are HMRC going after the likes of you and me over a pair of second-hand pants? Go after the millionaires, the billionaires, the squillionaires like eBay and Amazon who are squirming out of paying any bloody tax at all. Go after them, the big fish, not the little guys. It'll be an administrative bloody nightmare anyway, and you're going to get 3p. What is the point? And more to the point, what right do you have to understand every last thing that British people are doing? You don't. We go to work, we pay tax via PAYE like we always have done. If we want to sell a few bits of shit on the side on eBay, that's none of your bloody business. There are plenty of businesses on eBay to go after, the ones importing plastic shit from China and selling it for 3p. Go after them. Don't go after individual users. That's not fair. It just isn't fair, and it isn't right, and it's none of your bloody business. eBay, Vinted and Depop should tell the government to piss off. They're all bloody registered abroad anyway. Sodom. This is just smacks of absolute desperation by the government to claw back as much money as it possibly can that they pissed up the wall during COVID. Never mind what's her face moaning of 60 million quid she earned through selling inefficient PPE. Come after us selling a second-hand bike. What a bloody brilliant idea that is. God's sake. sake, just stop this nonsense. The sooner the general election comes in this country, the better. And get rid of this bloody lot. Get them out. Send them on their way and let someone else have a go at it. It just drives me mental. It's like, whatever next? What can they think of next to extract money from people? People who just want to go to work and get on. People that have spent Christmas freezing to death in their houses because they can't afford to heat their homes. Just, enough now. HMRC, piss off, mind your own business. Thanks for listening.
You don't pay bailiffs.
At all.
If you do, that's very silly.
Yeah.
They actually can't really do much.
They can't. If you have a car on finance, which is going to be the majority of people watching, when they clamp your car, call them or email them and tell them, I'm giving you 2 hours to remove the clamp. Now that is making it lawful. They do not remove the clamp within the 2 hours. You are within your right to remove the clamp and leave it on the floor. Don't take it inside. Don't do nothing. Just leave it there that they can come and collect their goods. Because if your car's on finance, they cannot clamp the car. They just do. Because they work on ignorance,
and
they work on fear.
Afterwards, what you're supposed to do, I guess it's dependent on the ticket though, isn't it? But majority of the tickets, it's a T7, T9.
Yeah. And even if
form.
it's not, it's T2, T3.
Yeah, so there's always forms that you can do to bring the ticket back to the original price
Yeah.
and then you pay it. So why would you give a bailiff £500-600?
Disgusting.
Hello? Hello there.
Everything's been recorded.
I'm going to record for my own safety.
That's great, yes.
Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Caught me on an early morning. Kate is the name that was given to me on my birth certificate. It's not the name I chose for myself.
Okay. Doesn't make that matter to me. It does.
Carry on.
Right, okay, it's about the outstanding fine you got for transport for London. Okay?
Yeah, I don't consent.
Okay.
I don't consent. I do not wish to enter any contract or joinder with you.
Yeah, it's not a contract.
I don't want to enter anything. It doesn't matter.
Okay, it's not a contract, it's a warrant.
It doesn't matter. I don't consent. I don't need to answer any questions and I don't wish to enter any contract or joinder with you.
Right, okay.
Alright?
Well, your vehicle there, okay, I've got a warrant for it.
No. I must caution you, whereas I stand under Article 61 of Magna Carta 1250. Excuse me?
Listen.
I must caution you, whereas I stand under Article 61 of the Magna Carta 1215, which was invoked on March 2001, according to constitutional protocols, any attempt to enforce unlawful acts, statutes or legislated laws on myself will be taken as an act of high treason for which you will stand trial before a duty of the people, of which still carries the gallows. I urge you to consider Nuremberg. I was just doing my job is no defence as evidence in the trials. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Maxim in law. Anything you say or any action taken by you against myself will be used before the jury to deny constitutional law, its addition at common law and carries full asset stripping. Do you understand? I stand under constitutional law and the rules of civil procedure do not apply to we the people.
Okay, well,
I stand under common law.
I'm acting within the law, so...
No, the law is all fraudulent. It's all collapsing at the moment. You standing here is pointless. It's absolute pointless. I'm not saying you're just doing your job. You can call the police.
No, you can.
No, I don't need to.
I'll be calling the tow truck for the vehicle then.
No, you won't because I'll take you for treason.
You touch the van, mate, you get done for 50 grand treason.
I'll have to touch it.
You will be, mate. You will. It's on video, mate. You'll be getting done for 50 grand treason, mate.
Listen, can you wait a minute?
Sorry.
I've already served notices in Essex, police chiefs, BJ Harrington, all of them in Essex. I've served 12 notices this week. For harm and death, alright? For harm and death, which also carries the gallows as well.
Okay.
Alright, so that's all been served. So I stand under common law.
Yeah, I don't a warrant for what?
It's got to be signed by a judge with a wetting signature. You've got to have a warrant.
Do I?
Yes.
No,
yes, you do.
It's not a warrant. It's not a magistrate's court liability.
Right, then, yeah.
Let's get it right before you start saying things, okay? To get your facts right.
Okay.
But we're usually filming this, okay?
Yeah.
But we're here to enforce a magistrate's court liability order.
Right, well, you need to give me proof.
No, I don't.
And what is it regarding anyway?
Council tax.
Council tax,
yes.
right.
Are you
I haven't signed any agreement with the council tax.
Yeah. That's
okay?
fine. I'm not going to stand here debating it with you.
Right, okay, but there is no agreement I haven't signed.
Let me finish and we'll leave.
Okay, yes.
We're going to leave you the notice through your door.
Rightio.
Get it paid, or we'll come back and enforce it.
Rightio.
If you don't,
no
if
problem.
you don't pay it, you could risk losing assets.
No, you won't. No, I won't.
You're not listening.
I am
I'm not
listening.
asking, I'm telling you, okay?
And I'm telling you too.
There we go.
There we are.
Conversation.
Off my land then, please.
Just leave it.
You haven't got a warrant. You've got nothing.
It's not for the warrant. It's for the magistrate court.
Marriage, yeah.
Not
well,
marriage, magistrate.
It's got to be
Nothing to
signed by a judge.
It doesn't.
Yes, it does. I know my ins and outs of everything. I've researched it all.
With respect, you know nothing.
Yeah, well, neither do you, really.
Well, with respect, get this sorted out and let's not let it escalate.
No, I'm not. Right, okay, whatever.
Alright.
But you need a warrant.
Magistrate's court liability
Right,
order.
well, it's got to be signed by a judge or you can't enforce nothing.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong, actually. I've researched into this.
And you've got
I've
your
researched
facts
into
wrong.
it. No, I haven't got my facts wrong at all. You just woke me up off a night shift.
It's fine.
It's not fine. I just been woke up off a night shift.
That's fine.
And you got no warrant, you got nothing.
Magistrate's court liability.
Whatever, you haven't even got that though, have you?
Well, you know, with respect.
Well, if you call back next time, I want that, please.
You can apply for it.
No, you got to bring it with you.
If we have to call back next time.
Yes, okay.
We will enforce the court order.
Well, you bring proof with you, please.
You don't need to.
Yes, you do. I know my law.
Yeah, I'm back again because I got an increase in my pay at work, right? Little percent, right? Got my paycheck. Why am I seeing like £350 deduction? Over £200 tax and near £100 for national insurance. When I tell you I might just have to snap my ankle to get use out of this national insurance, because where do you think you're going? When I phone my GP, I'm all 60 in the queue. I'm number 60 in the queue. I'm going to the pharmacy on your recommendation to get medications for stuff that I might not even have. You're giving me a cream for something when I might need to have antibiotics because I've got an infection, I've got a chest infection, but you're giving me cream because... Do you know what I mean? The maths isn't mathsing, right? You're taking the money, we're spending our dollar and not getting the service. So you need to be increasing them services if you're charging that kind of dollar, or you need to be like reducing the dollar because you can't meet the service. It's like going for a meal and them saying it's £100, but you've only had a £5 sandwich. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Listen, Rishi needs to sort out his blood clot, because the way the world is going, it's cheaper to snap an ankle and go in hospital for a few months than it is to live in a yard and pay bills. So that's what I might have to do. I might have to go and throw myself down the stairs to get some financial respite from this pay increase where?
Do you know who takes the piss? HMRC, Her Majesty's Revenue and Custom. Because I'm not going to lie. The moment I owe you money, you're so quick to suck it and be sending me brown letters and be sending bailiffs to the doors. But the moment I say, yo, you're taxing me incorrect, it's, me don't know about that, you know. No, do you know how long I've been on the wrong tax code for, yeah? And I've been trying to get it changed because I knew I was going to hit the limit, and I hit the limit. These guys have been taxing me for the past 6 weeks. I get paid weekly. They've been taking like £100 out of my paycheck each week. Do you know how disrespectful that is? Only for them to run it by now. I mean, this paycheck is hefty. I'll allow that. But why? Listen, we can't deal with the people, you know. Because they're too. But listen, go tax the person who's getting their private jet sent to Monaco to evade your taxes. Because you, man, all they care about is the rich, fam. They just want to take from the poor and give to the rich. And at this point, I'm trying to be the rich because evidently I can get away with murder. Yeah, but moral of the story is I got my money. I'm going back to sleep. Night. And yes, I'm aware a phone call to them probably would have made it easier to change the tax code. But last time I called them, I was on hold for 2 hours. And I guess what? I'm not doing that again. I got things to do, like sleep, yeah, and watch TV.
I
as I'm off today, I thought I'd sort some things out on the phone. Had to phone HMRC. On the phone for 52 minutes, 45 minutes of which was on hold listening to their blinking awful music, just trying to get through. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know how that operates in the real world. I mean, in business, at private companies, if we left our clients hanging on for that period of time, they'd bog off to somewhere else, wouldn't they? But of course, we don't have any choice. When you have to phone the government department for tax and you just get stuck in a bloody queue for days on end. Who's got time to be ringing these people? I'm like, literally, can I do this on my day off because that's how long it takes? And I wrote to them on the 5th of March. No bloody answer. And that's why I had to ring. Honestly, it's literally the most ridiculous thing in the world having to ring these people, isn't it? What a waste of time.
Okay, TikTok, this is a bit of a weird one for me. My dad passed 3 months ago today. We cremated him 2 months ago today. During all this time, while my mum has been dealing with grief, anger, sadness, multiple other emotions, and at the same time trying to figure out what she's going to do for money and everything else for the rest of her life, she was today told that she is not entitled to my father's state pension. Now I want you to understand, my dad has worked every day of his life pretty much since he was 16, if not younger. He's paid his taxes all of his life, and now his wife isn't entitled to his state pension, which means that the government are basically stealing his money. I want you to blow this up. Make it viral. I want the people of Britain to know. I want the government to know. I want them to know what the f*** they are doing to my mother, because it is tearing her apart right now. She doesn't know what she is going to do. She doesn't know she's going to be able to stay in her own house. I am someone who struggles desperately to show the slightest bit of emotion, but when it comes to anger, I've got that narrowed down, and right now the government has pissed me right off. Thank you for listening to my rant. I recommend that if you are married, you check out your pensions to make sure they go to your other half. Put something in place, because right now my mum doesn't know what she's going to do for the future.